life insurance company, you can expect for 15 and also 10 marks. So accounting for general insurance. Why we need accounts for general insurance? On hedging. Hedging means what? So we are transferring our risk to other person. So after deducting all the expenses, whatever the amount we'll get, that is the net profit or net loss. Hello my dear students, I am your Ajay sir, faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidyashram First Grade College, Mysuru, a Temple of Excellence. My dear students, in today's session, I am going to handle the subject Corporate Accounting 2 for 4th Sem BCom, and the topic is Accounting for General Insurance. This chapter is very important for 10 marks in the examination. So sometimes they have asked for 15 marks also, but most of the time they will ask for 10 marks. So LIC, life insurance company, you can expect for 15 and also 10 marks. General insurance, so usually they will ask for 10 marks. Now let's go to the meaning of general insurance. See, if you look at the photo, so general insurance means apart from life insurance, all other category of insurance comes under general insurance. Again, we have so many classification under general insurance. What is the motor insurance we have in general insurance? Next one, health insurance, and also fire insurance, marine insurance, crop insurance, travel insurance, and also home insurance, and other related category of insurance comes under general insurance. See, what is the meaning? Basically, there are three types of general insurance. What are those? Even though we are having home insurance, crop insurance, basically we have or we will opt for three types of insurance. Fire insurance, so goods destroyed by fire, or also for example in a stock or in a godown. So I have so many stock kept in a godown, so I have to take the fire insurance. And also in case of goods transported through ocean or through sea, so we need fire insurance in case goods destroyed by fire. So any accidents through fire, the fire insurance will cover the losses. Next one, accident insurance. So any accident, it comes under motor insurance also. So and also marine insurance also. Any mishaps happened in the transportation, that comes under accident insurance. Next one, marine insurance. Marine insurance, goods transported through sea and voyage. So any accident happens during the transit of the goods, so those losses will become covered under marine insurance. So there are so many different kinds of policies are available. On hedging. Hedging means what? So we are transferring our risk to other person in order to, or in the we are paying the premium also for that. So simply will he take the risk? No. So he will receive the premium for whatever risk he is taking or transferring from us to on the insurance company. So we are transferring the risk to the insurance company, and also in benefit of premium he will receive the risk, or he will take the risk from us. So we are hedging the risk here. Next one, loss of property by fire is covered under fire insurance. So any loss by fire will becomes under or covered under fire insurance. Next one, a fire insurance policy provides protection strictly against fire. Any accident happened because of fire, any destruction or any loss happened because of fire to the products and vehicles, so those insurance will be strictly means only against fire. So we will be having so many different types of insurance under fire also. Next one, marine insurance covers the losses or damages of ships, cargo, terminals, and any other transport of cargo by which property is transferred, acquired, or held between the points of origin and final destination. So points of origin, for example, we are sending the goods from India to USA. So goods has to transport it through seaport from Indian port to American port. So during this transit period, any accident happened because of cargo, different terminals or ships, any accident happened. It may be fire or it may be because of weather condition, some accidents happens in the sea. So these accidents will be covered under the marine insurance. Now let's go to the Next point. So accounting for general insurance. Why we need accounts for general insurance? So even general insurance also comes under the government regulation. So we have to and also we have to control the general insurance. Now there is a risk of bankruptcy by the insurance company. So we have to take care of that. That's why we need accounts for general insurance. The government of India will take care of auditing all the general insurance. So under this method, company has to prepare a accounts for fire, marine and accident reserve for unexpected risk. Insurance is always related to risk, involved in risk. So insurance company has to pay the amount. Sometime in case of problem, in case of calamities, or in case of accidents, in case of tsunami, or in case accident, natural calamities, okay, national disaster, the insurance company has to bear huge losses because it has to pay for everyone, has to pay the for example, vehicle insurance. If tsunami happened or if earthquake happened, a large number of vehicles damages, so all the insurance company has to pay the claims, or it may be amount whatever is agreed during the time of natural calamities. So insurance companies always comes under risk management. So that's why they have to keep 50% of the premium, they have to keep as a reserve only. In case of fire insurance and accidents insurance, 50% of whatever the premium we pay, company has to keep 50% of the premium whatever we pay has to be in the reserve account, because in case of any natural calamities, or it is a huge burden for the insurance company. So insurance company may go bankruptcy if it could not meet the claims. Next one, 100% of net premium should be kept as a reserve in the marine insurance, because marine is we are transporting a huge resource, huge production or huge product, so it will be crores together. So we need, so in this, because of the huge risk involved in the marine insurance, the insurance company has to keep 100% of the premium as a reserve. Next one, we have to prepare revenue account and profit and loss account for 10 marks under insurance company according to your question paper. So we have to prepare revenue account and profit and loss account for 10 marks. Usually they will ask for 10 marks. If they ask for 15 marks, so revenue account, profit and loss account and balance sheet for 15 or 20 marks. It is 15 marks now. So for 15 marks we have to prepare revenue account and profit and loss account and also balance sheet. Now let's go to the next slide. So this is the format of your general insurance. So first one, premium, we have to prepare the schedules like LIC. Here also we have to prepare the schedules. First four schedules are the profit and loss account schedules. See, first four schedules are profit and loss schedules. Remaining schedules are balance sheet schedule. Okay, first four schedules are profit and loss schedules. In LIC, first four are revenue schedules, remaining are balance sheet schedules. Here also first four are profit and loss account schedules, remaining are the balance sheet schedules. So first one, net premium. So premium comes under schedule number 1. Next one, claims incurred. So claims we have to pay the claims. Next, these are all comes under schedule number 2. Next one, commission. So commission paid comes under schedule number 3. Next one, operating expenses, schedule number 4. So here it is income. All these 3 is expenses and losses to the company. So add all the amount. So this is the first one. Later add all the amount, then you'll get, this is total A. Here this is total B. What you get here after adding total B. Now if you want to get the surplus, A minus B, so deduct this amount, you will get the surplus. This is the surplus or deficit. If you get the positive balance, it is surplus. So if you get the negative balance, it is deficit. Now let's go to the first schedule, schedule number 1, premium. Schedule number 1, premium. Now A minus B. Now let's go to the next. Next one, surplus of the fire insurance. Surplus of the fire insurance. Again, add surplus of the marine insurance. Add it here. So we'll get total surplus. We'll get the total surplus. Next one, add transfer fees. If you have any transfer fee, add it here. Next one, bad debts recovered. Add bad debts recovered. Next one, other receipts recovered, and also difference in exchange. Difference in exchange means, so when we are now exchanging the money from Indian rupees to dollar or euro to dollar, if you get any income, add that also. So you add it, you'll get some amount here. So later you add it here. Next to the marine also. Add it to the marine also. Next one, deduct directors fees. If you paid any directors fees. Next one, audit fees. Next one, depreciation, and all the amount deduct here. This is negative balance. So if you deduct all the items, whatever the amount will get, this is the net profit. This is the net profit. Here we get the surplus. So after surplus, out of the surplus, and also deduct any provision also. Provision for taxation, deduct here. So after deducting all the expenses, whatever the amount will get, that is the net profit or net loss. Now let's go to the first schedule. Schedule number 1, premium. So premium received, right here, premium received. Next one, less reinsurance premium. So deduct the reinsurance premium and also put it to outer column here. Here also marine insurance. For marine insurance also do it. Next one, deduct last year outstanding premium. Deduct last year outstanding premium. If you have any amount, deduct last year premium. Next one, add current year outstanding. See, always if you have any previous year outstanding, deduct previous year outstanding. Current year outstanding, any expenses, add current year outstanding. So any outstanding for current year we should add. Any outstanding of the previous year we should deduct, because we are preparing the accounts for current year. So if you have any information regarding the previous year, don't take that. Next one, if you add that, you'll get the net premium. So you'll get the net premium for both marine and fire. Later, net premium, this is the net premium. Later, add reserve for unexpired risk at the beginning of the year. So add reserve for unexpired, it will be given in the adjustment. It will be given in the adjustment. So add the reserve for at the beginning of the year. Next one, deduct the reserve at the end of the year. Reserve for the unexpired risk at the end of the year, deduct it. So whatever the amount you get after deduction, add it here. Next one, you'll get some amount. Again deduct the unexpired risk at the end of the year. So whatever the amount we get, that is the net premium. So whatever the amount we get, that is the net premium. Now let's go to the schedule number 2, claims. So claims means we have to pay the claims. Here premium is the income for us. That's why they are written here. So that's why we have written it as a total A. Premium is a income for us. So these things are expenses. We have to pay the amount. Now claims, we have to pay the claims. What do you mean by claims? Claims is an amount claimed by the insured policy holder. Insurance policy holder had to claim after maturity of the date or after the accident occurs or maturity of the date. So whichever is earlier, he will claim for benefit to the insurance company. So insurance company has to pay the money. So it is claim paid, and claim paid for marine and fire insurance. Less outstanding of the last year, any outstanding debt, any prepaid, add. Okay, deduct it. Previous year outstanding, deduct. Current year outstanding, add. Next one, less claims recovered under reinsurance. What is my reinsurance? Claims recovered. What do you mean by that? See here, for example, there is an insurance company. I will go to insurance company A. I will take a policy for 1 crore rupees. Once again, I am explaining. I am a insurance policy holder. I will go to company A, insurance company, and take a insurance policy worth of 1 crore rupees. And I will pay the premium every month or at the end of every year. I am ready to pay the premium. But insurance company will feel that accident happens and goods or property is destroyed. So insurance company has to pay 1 crore rupees to me, isn't it? because I'm paying the premium for 1 crore. There is the contract between me and the insurance company. So insurance company will feel it is a huge liability. If in case any accident happens, it will be huge liability for the company to pay 1 crore rupees. So insurance company will go to B company, other insurance company, and make a contract with B company, so that if in case any accident happens to my goods and my goods destroyed, so both the company will share my premium, and in case any risk happened, then both the company will pay the amount of 1 crore rupees. For example, they will divide 50% each, 50% and 50%. Whatever the premium I am paying, they will divide 50, they will receive the premium, because I don't have the contract with B company, so I don't know the B company. So who is having a contract between A and B company? A company is having the contract with B company. B company is having contract with A company. Okay, I'm not the related person to B company. So it is a and B company's contract. So this is called as reinsurance. What is the reinsurance? I have done insurance with A company. A company has done reinsurance with B company, because A company, if insurance company felt it is risky to pay the premium, it is risky to pay the claim from the insurance policy holder, it will go to other company, make another contract called reinsurance. And in case, and also what are the amount paid, or as a premium I am paying some amount. For example, as a premium I am paying 1 lakh rupees every month. I am paying premium 1 lakh rupees every month to the A company. A company will share 50% of premium with B company. In case of any accident, A company will ask 50 lakh rupees. 1 crore rupees is the contract. A company will ask 50 lakh rupees from B company. Both company will add 50 lakh from B company, 50 lakh from A company. A company will receive the amount, and A company will pay the 1 crore rupees to policy holder. This is called as reinsurance. So here, claims covered under reinsurance premium we have to deduct, because claims has to be paid to the reinsurance policy holder. Next one, reinsurance over. Later whatever the amount we will get is the total claims. Total claims. Now next, coming to the schedule number 3, commission. So commission paid. So any commission in reinsurance premium, deduct that. Commission on reinsurance premium, deduct that. Remaining total commission we have to show it. Next one, schedule number 4, operating expenses. So usually we will be having management expenses. If you have any outstanding, for example, add outstanding of the current year, add outstanding expenses of current year. Again, deduct outstanding of previous year. So add it, you will get the total management expenses or operating expenses. This should be shown in the profit and loss account. Now let's go to the working note. What are the adjustments you will get? First one, management expenses outstanding. What we have to do? Add to the management expenses. Here, schedule number. See, look at the management expenses. The management expenses, schedule number 4. Add to the management expenses. Next one, premium due. Current year outstanding. If any premium, add to premium, schedule number. So what is the schedule number 1? Premium, add to premium. Schedule number 1, add to premium. Next one, outstanding claims. Where you get the claims? Second, schedule number 2, add outstanding claims. Next one, provision for unexpected risk. So minus from the premium, schedule number 1, minus from the premium. Next one, 100% of the net premium should be maintained, or marine insurance should be kept as a reserve. So minus from premium, schedule number 1. Next one, the additional reserve in case of fire insurance is to be increased by 5%. Again, minus from premium, schedule number 1. Next one, claims covered under reinsurance, minus from claims, schedule number 2, minus from claims. Next one, commission on reinsurance ceded, minus from commission, schedule number 3, minus from commission, schedule number 3. Next one, provision for taxation. So we can deduct this while preparing the profit and loss account. Total surplus minus from the surplus. This is how you will get all the adjustment. For 10 marks you will be having, actually these we have to show double effect. In the balance sheet schedule also we have to show one more effect, and we have to, one effect should comes in the, see, always adjustment will be having one effect in profit and loss account schedule. Another one is balance sheet schedules. This is how we have to show double effect. For all the adjustment, we have to show double effect. So usually since you have only for 10 marks, so profit and loss account schedules are enough. So in the next class, we will discuss actual problems on general insurance. So what are the items comes under different schedules and how to treat them. So usually you will be having 10 marks. This problem will ask for 10 marks, and we will in the next session we will discuss the problems, how to solve the problems for 10 marks. Very easy. So you will be having only, for example, see here, only you will be having 4 to 5 adjustment, that's it. So always management expenses, go to schedule number, management expenses, schedule number 4, operating expenses. So if you have any commission due, add to commission is payable, no, add to commission. If commission is outstanding, again we have to add the commission. Next one, claims. So if claims, we have to pay the claims to insurance policy holder. Any outstanding of the current year, add. Any outstanding of the previous year, deduct. Again deduct the claims covered under reinsurance, deduct these items. Next one, so if you have in the premium also, last year outstanding, deduct. Current year outstanding, add. Next one, add reinsurance in unexpired risk of the current year, add it. Beginning of the year, add it. And reserve for unexpired risk at the beginning of the year, add it. Reserve for unexpired risk at the end of the year, deduct it. Okay, again here also one more adjustment we are having. So if you have any 50% of premium for fire in accident, we have to keep reserve as a 50% of premium. So we have to deduct from the premium. Here also 100% premium you have to keep for marine, 100% deduct from the premium. So this like this you will be having 3 to 4 adjustment for 10 marks. Very easy concept. So in the next session I am going to discuss all the points, all the problems we will solve. So these are all the adjustments we will be having in the problem. We are going to end the session. Till then, thank you so much.